All right, so we have Mario Kart World Tour. Man, this game has a lot of controversy to it. I'm not gonna even get into that right now. I played all the Mario Kart games up to this point. I mean, this is I've been playing Mario Kart since Super Mario Kart came out on Super Nintendo, all the way up until obviously now. And I was a Mario Kart fan for Super Mario Kart, Mario Kart 64, and I think Double Dash. Well, Double Dash, and then the DS Mario Kart. Those were the last times I was a real fan. Every other Mario Kart game that kind of came after that was kind of like I bought out of what felt like obligation. Like, they're not bad, but I guess I got to a point where it's like at the time I was getting older, so I'm not playing Mario Kart with friends anymore like it was before, with friends and relatives. So now I'm kind of playing Mario Kart mostly by myself. And then at one point, my online wasn't any good enough for me to play online when they had the option to it. So it was just like, I don't know. The Mario Kart kind of just kept, for me, dying off. It's like something, okay, I'll buy, I'll play, I'll unlock everything, and I'll be done with it. And like, it didn't really get too much better. I think the Mario Kart 3DS Mario Kart game, I think it was 8, I believe. No, 8, 7. That one was good when I played it. I was really impressed by it. But still, as Mario Kart kept going on, I still wasn't really too interested in it. So then when this one came out, I was like, okay, maybe this will kind of be different because, Mario Kart World is now a open Mario Kart game. So it's like there's more to it than just racing people. I can race people online, but I can also just, drive around and see what the world has to offer. And it's kind of, I have a mixed idea about this game. Like, I'll say I love this game's graphics. Like, the game is beautiful. It looks really good. It plays really good. The frame rate stays very high for like 90% of the time. Like, the only time it ever goes down is times you would expect it to, when like maybe there's too many items, too many explosions, rendering too much stuff or whatever. So it's good. But it's just like, it's a beautiful game, but it's still Mario Kart. They haven't really changed a lot to like the system of how the game works. Like, you still kind of just race around. You have these tracks. These tracks are really big. Like, they're huge. And I guess it has to be because I think you can race up to like 24 people, whatever, in the track. Probably, I guess, more or whatever in some of the other modes. But I'm just talking about this right now. I'm just talking about somebody who played a lot of the Grand Prix and did a lot of the free roaming. It was good and it was fun to play, but it felt open, like very open. And it's like there's not a lot of stuff going on the track to really, to really warrant it. Now, let's be fair. When I was playing the game, I only played the 50cc cup to it because I was really just trying to unlock everything. Because it's like I'm not a huge fan of Mario Kart. So I don't really want to, go on 100, 150 and try to do this and that and get this trophy or that trophy. I just kind of wanted to play the game and enjoy it for what it was. And I did. As you can see, if you're watching the footage, I played Rosalina a lot. I unlocked all the costumes. And I love her tourist outfit. And it's like pretty much the only one I had on most of the time in the footage. But as I was playing, I was still having fun. Like, the gameplay is still good. You still, skid boost around everywhere. It's still fun to use the items whenever you have them. Not much has changed. This is still just, a regular Mario Kart game. So as I was doing the Grand Prix, it was like, okay, it was really cool and fun to play the Grand Prix and do it the same thing I did, like, back in the day. But that's just the problem. There wasn't really too much to it other than, just doing the races to try to win or whatever. And like, I know I could have just turned difficulty up and, made it a little more challenging for myself, but still, I just couldn't help the idea that Grand Prix was still what it was. So then let's go to Grand Prix. Is just like Grand Prix is all, exactly what it is. You're going from one place to another. I do like the in-between modes or whatever, how you kind of like drive from one place to another to try to go from one track to another. Yeah, that's really cool and it's really interesting. It makes the Grand Prix seem longer instead of like, from my memory back in like Super Nintendo days, with like only 4 tracks you go through and stuff like that. I know they kind of increased that throughout the rest of the series, but my only reference is the Mario Kart or Super Mario Kart because I haven't played 64 in a long time and haven't played any of the other ones for a long time either. But Super Mario Kart 64 I have played on and off for once in a while on the Switch Online. But yeah, the open tracks are really good, if not really too big. it's beautiful. It's a really pretty game, but it's still just Mario Kart. So there are other modes to the Mario Kart game. There's a knockout tour, where basically you're driving around against, I think, 24 other people. It might actually be more, but it's been what minutes that I did it. But you're driving around and you're supposed to make. It tells you what type of place to make. Like say you have to make it to place 16 or above to stay in. If you're not, you're knocked out. That's fun, and it seems like the CPU is a lot harder on that. Even if you do choose like, I don't, can you choose 50? I'm pretty sure you can choose the 50 and stuff like that. Yeah, they're kind of rough even on the easiest one on that one, but that's fun to do. It's a long race. Like I did it, and I think it took me like, I think it was like, went on for like 30 minutes to maybe 40 something minutes. It was kind of a long run, but yeah, it's fun. It's fun, but it's still, again, it's still Mario Kart. I'm going to constantly say that because I can't help but, this is a good Mario Kart game, but it's still Mario Kart. Doesn't do anything too extra. I didn't play the versus mode. Didn't really bother with time trial because I know what those are. Didn't really bother with battle. That's probably fun playing online with other people, but again, I really wasn't trying to do all that. It's still Mario Kart. So going past all that, the thing that makes this game different from all the other Mario Kart games is the open world. And they did a really good job with the open world. Like this is when you're driving around, it's almost like playing like Super Mario Odyssey or Mario 64. It's like taking that entire level that you're seeing and you can actually drive around and do things. You find these things called blue power switches, and they give you challenges like, you know, fly through these 5 rings or grind on this rail and go through each one of the rings without falling off and such like that. And they're fun and they're challenging to do. There's little gold panels that you find that you get those and you unlock stickers. They brought back the sticker system of some of the past games, whatever. You can unlock stickers and emblems and stuff like that you kind of put on your car. I when I played the game, I used Rosalina, and I always drove I think it's called the Rob Hog, and that's the only one I drove. And I know the stickers on there. I've seen it a few times, but it's like so small you don't pay it too much attention, but it's there. So yeah, you drive around and get those. There's Peach medallions. Those are actually really good. They're hidden. Like you have to. Most of them you have to do some type of either really looking around an area, like really go off the track somewhere you normally wouldn't go to get it, or you have to grind up this rail and go up these set of steps. You can only get it by jumping off this boost that lands on top of a rail that goes up here, and you got to make sure you take this turn at definite time, stop, and then drop down on here, and boom, it's right there. They're not all like that. I don't even think that's even actually an example of one. I think I kind of combined 2 of them together, but that's what I'm getting to. Is very, very difficult because they're very, very hidden to find. And like I said, it's fun, but it's part of the open world. Another thing is you drive around and you find food. The food turns your character into, well, pretty much gives him another outfit. Give, you know, Mario, or say a Wario, a biker outfit. Like Rosalina gives her the touring one, which you see me wearing all the time. That was fun to get everybody's costume. I'm not too much of a fan that there's extra characters on here that, I'm not talking about the regular unlockable character. I'm talking about there's some of the, say, Mario bad guys, they don't have costume changes. Instead, they get transformed by a Magic Koopa item that transforms them into another enemy, and you unlock them that way. You don't have to be that type of character. I can be Rosalina, and I can get transformed into the cow everybody seems to like, and I unlock the cow because of that. But there's like, I think it feels like 14 or something like that. I may be exaggerating, but it's like 14 different forms of that. And it's like, I don't really want to sit there and keep playing the game to unlock all those, because I can't do like everybody else and get the food and unlock the costume. You have to wait for an item that randomly pops up, and you have to be hit by it to get it. You can't use the Magic Koopa and transform everybody else and unlock that just because they all transform into the cow. No, you have to be transformed into it to unlock it. So I wasn't about to sit around and get all those, especially since I don't really care too much about all the regular, you know, villains or whatever. You know, my favorite driver is Rosalina, so that's what I went with. That aside, I mean, it's not really too much I can really say about this. Like I said, it's a Mario Kart game. It's really pretty. The music in this game is actually really good. That is something that I would say all the Mario Kart games have always gotten right. Even though I don't play them that often, like, you can count on playing any Mario Kart game, you're gonna find a lot of good tracks. I think the Mario Kart game I played the very least, and it's gonna be funny, was Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, whatever. I didn't play it. I didn't play it that much. I bought the original version of it and played a little bit on the Wii U, and it is Mario Kart 8. Yeah, I think it's Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I sat there and played that one a little bit, and I just stopped playing after like a few races because I'm like, this is Mario Kart. And I still felt the same way. And then once Deluxe, I bought that one, and I didn't even play it because I think I played it maybe once and did like maybe a race or two, and that was it because, you know, I'm just not a huge fan of Mario Kart. I really only grabbed this one like out of obligation. I was curious if the open world was good, and it is. But yeah, the music's actually really good, and that brings me on to the downside of the game is, again, there's not really a lot to this game. I like maybe for, you know, speed, for people who speed run the games or love beating their own, you know, the trials or whatever, or people who play with a group of friends, maybe that's, you know, maybe that's the fun in it. But if somebody like me who only plays the Mario Kart game to, you know, just play the tracks, you know, beat all the you know, races or whatever, the Grand Prix or whatever. Another thing is like, yeah, I beat all the Grand Prix, but I didn't feel like going through 100 and 150. Yeah, like I said, it's not a bad game, but Mario Kart is not one of those series that's kind of for me. So I wish I could really say more about the game. The positives is really pretty. The music's really good. Love the new design of all the characters. A lot of people don't talk about that, but yeah, a lot of the characters kind of did get some semi-new designs that they look a lot better and fuller. Like they're not using feel like they're using those same renders that other games have been using. Like every time you play a Mario Kart game, it's like, oh, well, they're using the Game Boy Advance one is like, oh, we're using kind of a downsized version of Mario 64 characters. And then you play the GameCube one, it's like, well, these are also the same models I was seeing in, you know, Mario Party and such like that. So it's like seeing like they were always recycling all the time. This one doesn't feel like they are. Even Mario looks very different from how he usually looks. And then DK obviously got his new look from, I guess, the new look they gave him is also in Bonanza. To me, honestly, he looks a little weird on here because it looks like they did this version of him on here first and then put him in DK Bonanza, so he looks more animated in DK Bonanza, and here he looks like a beta version of what they're going for with Bonanza. And maybe that's what happened. Maybe they had to rush the design, but like, look, we gotta hurry up and decide something now, so they chose that. It still looks like him, it just looks, something about it seems off. And this is me playing DK Bonanza first and then playing this game. So it's not like I saw this first and like, oh, well, it looks kind of weird. Like, no, I saw him in Bonanza first and then came back to this, and it looks odd. But I love a lot of new character design. I like how Waluigi looks and stuff like that. I love that the new voice actors are doing a really good job with all the Mario characters. Like, I was kind of worried before when they changed them for, like, you know, Super Mario Wonder and stuff like that. I can kind of tell the difference between Mario's voice and Luigi's voice, but I was like, man, is that odd feeling gonna always be there in a Mario game? And then once this one came out, no, they do a really good job with Mario, Luigi, Wario, Waluigi, like all the new voice actors added onto here. All the returning ones are doing good with I'm assuming some of them are new clips because they don't sound like the ones I'm used to hearing, but yeah, all the new characters, you know, sound good like they should, so that's not gonna be a problem in the future. But yeah, like I said, I really wish there was more I can really say about it. It is a fun game, but like I said, Mario Kart's not really for me, and I was having fun as I was playing, but like literally after I got done doing all the tracks, I was like, it still felt the same thing. It was a good looking Mario Kart game. It was fun to play. I unlocked mirror mode, the mirror race or whatever. No, I didn't even do that yet. I unlocked the special course already, and I kind of just stopped. I was like, I got other games I kind of, you know, want to play and don't want to sit there and keep racing on this. But like I said, that's not a knock against the game. It's a really good game. It's really fun. It's just Mario Kart isn't something I ever found myself playing. And maybe back when I was younger, I played it a lot and came back to it, but now I don't see it. I may pop it in now every once in a while to just play it out of somewhat boredom, but yeah, it was fun. It was fun playing the game, but it's just not really for me though. So yeah, if you, like I said, if you're listening to this review or whatever, don't take it as being a bad game. It's not. There's not really anything bad about it. You know, it's open world, it's fun, there's a lot to drive in, there's a lot to do. There's, you know, plenty of items, plenty of stuff to unlock. Characters look great. The music is amazing for this game, and like I said, even the graphics of it is amazing. It runs very well. It's a really awesome game, but it's in a series that I like, but I don't really like follow. I just play. I feel like honestly play every single Mario Kart game out of obligation at this point. and I can't really help but feel that way. But yeah, it's not really anything bad I can say about the game. It's just not my type. But looking past that, it's a really awesome, amazing game, and I suggest it to anybody. I don't even really have to suggest. I'm sure everybody then probably bought it at this point. But yeah, I really enjoyed what I played, and may possibly come back to it. And no real complaints about it other than it's a Mario Kart game. That's just gonna be just how I can really put it. It's a Mario Kart game. If you really love Mario Kart, you're gonna love this. If you're curious about the open world, really, really good job. Really awesome job. It's like they did everything right they could with this game. It's just, it's just more Mario Kart. That's all I can really say about it. You love Mario Kart, you're gonna love this. You don't like Mario Kart, I honestly can't say this is gonna push you to really liking this game, unless you just happen to really like playing the open world part, and that just really draws you in and you have fun doing that. Maybe you might like it, but that's only a small part of the game, and you're not gonna enjoy the rest of it anymore, because if you don't like Mario Kart, this doesn't do much else different other than the open world part and a few extra game modes, but nothing really major. So like I said, your enjoyment of this is how do you enjoy the Mario Kart series, and this is going to magnify that love for it. And if you're indifferent to it, I don't think it's going to suck you into it. If you don't like it, it's not going to give you too much to like more about it you already don't like. So that's kind of just how you have to take it. But other words, I really enjoyed the game. I really loved playing it. It may come back to it, but like I said, it's not really a series for me, so I can't give you too much more of that. I enjoyed what I played, and I suggest to anybody who loves Mario Kart. So yeah, that's really about it. Any review I've done in the past, I just recently did a musing about on DK Bonanza, where I talk about that game, spoiler free as possible. I definitely go in a lot more detail. You can tell I had a lot more fun with that game. Not that I didn't with this one, but I definitely enjoyed that one a lot more. There's also my musing about Inscription, where I talk about that card that card game that I played, also spoiler free. If you want more of an in-depth detail, like more of me actually really explaining and not having to cover up for spoilers and such like that, you can watch my gaming motif. That entire series or whatever is going to be a lot spoilers in there, and I talk about anything I want to in deeper detail about a game. I've only done one so far at this point for Inscription, for its acts or chapters or whatever, and I'll be doing more about more videos like that like in the future. But this is kind of how my reviews are. I try to explain something spoiler free as possible and just give you my overall detail of what I think. So yeah, you can watch those videos. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. I'm sorry, the only thing I can really say about it is it's Mario Kart, but better, but still more Mario Kart. That's how I feel. But I did love the game. I did have fun with what I played. So I appreciate you watching. Like, subscribe, do all those things, and thank you very much.